Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing where we left off. That was the study of malaria as an example of biological method. We resolved the first problem. That was the what is the cause of malaria, and we found out that plasmodium is in fact the cause of the malaria. So that hypothesis was proven correct. Now the next problem that arose was how plasmodium gets into the blood of the malarial patient. Now it is a common knowledge, obviously, that mosquitoes are responsible for transferring malaria. We already know that. But how people concluded that? How they found out that, in fact, mosquitoes are responsible for transferring malaria from one patient to the other patient, right? So we'll study these things. The problem has been identified, obviously. Now the second steps that comes is the observations. In 1880s, there was a scientist who was known as A.F.A. King. He proposed about 20 different observations, and the major observations out of those were people who slept outdoors, जो बाहर सो रहे थे. There were more chances of them to getting malaria as compared to the one who were sleeping indoors. जो घरों से बाहर सो रहे थे, in the open areas, they had more chances of suffering from malaria as compared to the ones who were living inside. Indoor soil. Okay. The second observation was people who slept under fine nets. There is a net system where we usually use those nets to कि हम लोगों को मच्छर जो हैं they do not affect us, to save us from the mosquitoes. We use those nets, right? So people who were using those fine nets were less likely to get malaria than those who were sleeping without nets. That was the second observation. The third observation was individual who slept near a smoky fire. It is common when we go out camping, right? So the people or in areas where there is no heating system, they use this natural heating system. So those who are living near the or who are sleeping near the smoky fire had less chances of getting malaria as compared to the one who were not sleeping near the smoky fire. So these were the major three observations that were observed by A.F.A. King. Now, based on these observations, a hypothesis was given, a general statement was given, which was mosquitoes transmit plasmodium and so are involved in the spread of malaria. A general statement was given that mosquitoes, they transmit plasmodium and therefore they are involved in the spread of malaria. The reason that was given is that the mosquito is responsible for causing or spreading of malaria. So this was the hypothesis given, which is a general statement. And based on this hypothesis, a logical reasoning was given. Basically, two logical reasonings were given. As you can see, these are two statements, but you are not supposed to write deduction in a form of statement, right? So these two deductions will be written in the form if mosquito is responsible for transmitting malaria, then plasmodium should be present in mosquitoes. This was the first deduction. If mosquito is responsible for transmitting malaria, then plasmodium should be present in mosquitoes. पहली डिडक्शन क्या है कि प्लाज्मोडियम शुड बी प्रेजेंट विद इन द मॉस्किटो, तभी तो वो जाके ट्रांसमिट कर सकता है इन द अदर होस्ट्स और इन द अदर ह्यूमन बींग्स, राइट. Second deduction that was made, if mosquito is responsible for transmitting malaria, then a mosquito can get plasmodium by biting a malarial patient. That a mosquito can get the plasmodium from a malarial patient that who is already suffering, and we already know that a malarial patient will have plasmodium in their blood, and when a mosquito will go and bite that malarial patient, he will transmit those plasmodium within its own body. So these were the two deductions given based on the observation and hypothesis. Now the time came to prove this hypothesis as incorrect or correct. So the experimentations that were performed by Ronald Ross, he was the first person who basically performed different experiment. The first experiment that he did was he took a species of mosquito that is known as Anopheles mosquito. This Anopheles mosquito bit a malarial patient, and he found out later on, he killed that mosquito, and he dissected the mosquito and he observed the stomach of the mosquito, and he found out that Plasmodium, which is a microorganism, is multiplying within the stomach of the mosquito. The Plasmodium was multiplying within the stomach of the mosquito. He found out. This was the first experiment. A simple experiment was given. A simple experiment was done. This was done in order to prove that whether the mosquito is transferring the Plasmodium and how it is transferring. Now, the next best thing is to find out by experimenting on human beings, but it was extremely risky. So what Ross did was he took certain sparrows and he used Culex mosquito. Now, why did he change the species of the mosquito? Why did he use two different types of mosquito when he was using the Anopheles mosquito to bite a malarial patient, whereas when he did the experiments on sparrows, he used the Culex mosquito, right? What was the reason? Because this type of mosquito can only affect the human beings, whereas Culex mosquito can only affect avians, avian meaning birds. So the malarial or avian malaria is only caused by this Culex mosquito. It has certain genes in it that is not resistant against the birds, but it is resistant against the human beings. Whereas opposite is the case with the Anopheles mosquito. So this was the reason. Okay, now coming back to the experiment. What he did was, he took a Culex mosquito and he let that Culex mosquito bit sparrow who was already suffering from malaria. Right? He let it bite the sparrow who was already suffering from malaria. Now, obviously, the Plasmodium from the malarial sparrow was transmitted into this mosquito. Then he allowed this mosquito to bite a healthy sparrow. So the Plasmodium transferred into the healthy sparrow. Now, during this time period, he took out some of the Culex mosquito and observed them. He killed them and then dissected them, and he found out within the stomach there was Plasmodium multiplying, as discussed before. Second thing that he found out, some of the Plasmodium was present in the saliva of the mosquito. It is also present in the saliva of the mosquito. So when this Culex mosquito will bite the healthy sparrow, some of this saliva will be transferred into the blood of the healthy sparrow, and that transferring will cause the release of the Plasmodium into this healthy sparrow, and this healthy sparrow will start suffering from malaria after certain time. It will start showing the symptoms of malaria. This is how it is transferred from the mosquito into the healthy individuals. What happens is that Plasmodium is carried through mosquitoes when they bit a malarial sparrow, and then they transfer it to the healthy sparrow by biting it. And as Plasmodium is present in their saliva, so it will be transferred into the healthy sparrow when it releases the saliva into the blood, when it is sucking the blood. And ultimately, this healthy sparrow will suffer from malaria. Then later on, same experiment was done on humans, and what he did was he used Anopheles mosquito, the same reason that I gave before, and he made it bite the person that was suffering from malaria, and after that, that mosquito bit healthy man, and that healthy men started suffering from the symptoms of the malaria after a certain time period. And it concluded that the hypothesis is correct, that in fact mosquitoes transmit plasmodium and so are involved in the spread of malaria. There is another thing, there is another fact that we need to discuss here. You need to remember, only a female mosquito can transmit malaria. In fact, only female mosquitoes bite us. That is an interesting fact. Why? Because female mosquitoes require the blood of humans or require the blood of their host. In case of malarial sparrows, they require the blood to nurture their eggs. So their eggs can get mature. So that is the reason that only female mosquitoes will bite the human beings or any other species, and they will suck the blood, and then that blood will be used to nurture the eggs of those females. So these are the two examples of the biological problem. In the first one, we solved that what is the cause of the malaria, and plasmodium was the cause of the malaria. And in the second one, we proved that how plasmodium gets into the blood of the malarial patient and how it is present because of the mosquitoes. They transmit the plasmodium and they spread the malaria from the malarial patients to the healthy patients. So this concludes our lesson. I hope everything is clear. If you have got any confusion, let me know in the comment section. We will be concluding this chapter of ours in the next lesson, and I will be glad to hear back from you in the comment section as well. So subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, and follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining. Stay safe. Bye bye.